Alright, so basically I want to tell a really quick story. It happened to me at work. I thought today was just kind of like a fun and loose day, even though I was only in for 4 hours. So we had the inspector come in. So I work in the deli section. We had an inspector come in. It was like this big rumor. There's always like this big rumor when an inspector comes in to mainly any fast food restaurants or any place that has food, because it's, it's very sanitized, everything has to be perfect. So anyways, a guy came in today, tall, skinny, brown guy. He had like this note tablet. He was pressing a whole bunch of weird buttons. I got in at 12:30, had to leave at 4:30, so that was my shift. And I really don't know what it is, but for some reason, the whole day was just so super awkward because we were all anxious because he was in other departments first and he got there at like 11, so I was told. He was in so many other departments and he's kept moving along, and of course he did deli last, of course. So he goes over, then he goes over to seafood, and then he finally comes to us. And we were just kind of like working on stuff, but here's the thing that what we had to do. Every time we had to say this if he asked us. So we have to take apart the slicers. We take apart the slicers and clean them every 4 hours, like completely. But every single time we serve someone, we have to clean it and change our gloves and wash our hands. Which to me, I think is a huge pain in the ass. And by the end of the day, you obviously can't see it, but my hands are like chalk right now. I could do this and a whole bunch of skin would come off. And I just thought that whole process was just super funny. So every time we serve someone, and anyway, so I'll go right back to, we were just kind of looking over our shoulder and we were like scrubbing our hands so hard and it was turning into friggin' sandpaper basically is what the soap and paper felt like. So anyways, he finally came to our department and he asked me some questions, but what my manager told me to do is he might ask you to re-wrap some cheese. Now the important thing about re-wrapping cheese, if you don't know, and I'm going to tell you for the purpose of this video, I don't know why, but I'm going to do it anyways. When re-wrapping cheese, you have to make sure the dates are the exact same. So if something has been on the shelf for 7 days, so today, as I'm recording, I haven't recorded a video in so long, so it's kind of nice to get back the confidence. I'll be honest, I've been pretty down. I haven't been making a lot of videos. When you see this, it's definitely not, it's June 25th right now. You're definitely not seeing this today. All right, maybe I might post it. Also, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to have a drink with me. This is iced tea, not beer. I wanted to try to keep this as uncut as possible because as I was telling my sister and then a few of my friends like Jenna and Jill this story, I wanted to keep it as natural as possible because if you guys follow me on Instagram, I told a story and I kind of posted it because my friend recorded a story while I was at a party and I was telling some stories to some girls and friends and he just decided to record me, so I don't know if I'll post that, but it was kind of fun. So I like this chill atmosphere. Usually I do videos which I have planned jokes, but I didn't write anything down. I just wanted to have it really natural. So here we go. So anyways, he came over. With the dates with the cheese, you have to make sure the date that it was packaged, you have to have that date on there, and then on the other side is the expiry date. So today's June 25th, I said, 25th, and then say it lasts for 14 days. The 14 days would be on that one. So he asked me to rewrap it, but when you have to price it, you go over to the scale, you type in the PLU code, which is like a 6-digit code you type in, prints out the label, all the nutrition facts and everything like that. Then you, and if you don't change the date, it will print off the date today. But if you want to rewrap something, he was testing me. It was kind of interesting. He was testing me even though there was more, I won't say more qualified people, but there was other people in my department who could easily ask this. And he just decided to choose me. So he came over, I did that perfectly, I rewrapped it. And he's like, oh, you didn't have to rewrap it. And I was like doubling down. I was like, well, here in the deli section, we like to have things perfect and critiqued, and he just kind of laughed. He was super chill, which I really appreciated. I understand his job. It must have been, not really too high pressure, but people are really focused on your opinion. And the thing with that is, say if he shuts down the deli department or he finds a mouse or mice shit or something like that, he could actually shut us down in our department. Then 50, I don't know how many people are in our department. Like 20 people will lose their jobs. Like, he understands that fact, which I appreciated just from the 10 minutes or 5 minutes I was talking to him. But he was very chill and very genuine, I felt. He was very genuine, and he didn't critique me on every single thing that I did, but he gave me some pointers. Like, he wasn't like, you're doing this wrong, you need to change this, this, and this. He was like, I noticed while you were doing this, there's a better way of doing it, so you should do this and this. See how the tone of voice is very different? This video is going totally off the rails, but anyways. He did ask me for that, then we, clean the slicers every so often. But the one thing I really did notice was washing your hands. So the actual proper way of washing your hands at my store, we have like a full booklet, and it's actually printed out by some safety committee and association. The proper way, there's like a 6-step program. Turn on the water to exactly, I don't know, whatever degrees it is, and then our temperature, and then, you turn it on, lather your hand with soap. It's very, I feel like it's very counterproductive because it uses broad vocabulary words, I guess, and it just makes things so much difficult. Put soap on your hands, that's easy. But it says lather your hands with soap. Then place hands under water, rinsing thoroughly. Make sure to get under your fingernails and whatever. But then it says to it says to grab the paper towel, keep it running, keep the water running, grab a paper towel, turn it off with the faucet, then grab some more and then dry your hands. So that was like the most important thing he was kind of critiquing. And every time I served someone, you had to take off your gloves and whatever. But it was interesting because he watched me wash my hands. And if you ever had someone maybe read something over your shoulder or something like that, it's very uncomfortable, at least for me, I feel. And just like, he was like, I can I can sense him behind me. Like, I was like washing my hands and I can sense him like looking at me and writing shit down. Like, it's just super funny. But everyone was kind of scared. But I just took it as, someone's coming in and looking at the stuff we have in our department, and I was prepared for anything he asked me. Because I've been working there for almost a year now, and I didn't take it too seriously because I don't tend to overthink things, right? Anyways, I'll get to the second part of the story. So that was all that. Something that happened yesterday that I didn't record a video, and I guess I'll add it now. Usually we have a supply list that comes in the morning, so it came in super late. I had no idea what I was doing, guys. I went to the back. So the supply list is all of our gloves, our containers, and all of our garbage bags. So I went back, there's a huge invoice, but the girl thought I was from bakery, which was kind of strange because when I used to work at my old job, I used to work in bakery. Anyways, I went back, she gave me 2 items, I was searching through the items, and I was like, we definitely have more. I went back again, she's like, this is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes past, searching through all of our items. I go back, she's like, oh, sorry, I thought you were in bakery. I'm like, no, I'm in deli. So she gave me the other invoice, and there was 2 invoices each with like 4 or 5 pages. Anyway, searching through that, and it didn't make it easy on me, of course, because nothing could be easy. It said it couldn't say small deli containers. It had to say 8-ounce dome lids or 8-ounce dome cups, and then it had like a whole bunch of numbers on it. So I mean, there's definitely the same containers in HMR and seafood and then meat department. Like, we all usually the same container, so that made it a little bit more difficult there, but I got through that. One more thing I did want to note, put in this video. Take a drink here. I like this format. It's gonna be super bad, but I generally like making this kind of content. I'll add something really quick. There's a lot of construction where I live right now, and they're just kind of refixing some roads. So I went down a shortcut, and of course, there had to be some construction there. So I went down the road, and I always like to not play my music overly loud, but I like to, hype myself up when I'm going home or going to work. It's just kind of the way I get into the zone of working or whatever, and I just love my music. So I was listening to Jake Hill. And if you don't know who Jake Hill is, he's on YouTube. I would say one of my favorite artists. Please look him up. He's doing really well. He's touring now, honestly, and he was a YouTuber, and he was in PewDiePie's videos for the outro, so definitely check him out. So I was listening to his music, and It's rap, but he does so many different genres of rap. Anyways, I'm rambling. So I was playing that, and we were stopped at. It was just before a stop sign, but there was a guy, like a construction guy, with a sign. So I was playing my music, and I like to dance. I can definitely dance good, and hit it, and I was like rapping. So I was like, oh, time lapses. Oh, so I was jumping up and down in my car because we were stopped, and I could see in my rearview mirror the people behind me. They were just absolutely loving it. They were laughing. Even the construction workers, they were just freaking dying laughing because I was like, oh, and I was like, in my car, I was like dancing. I was like, and I was pretending that there was a person in my passenger seat. I was like rapping to them and whatever, and the whole thing was a huge riot, and the people behind me were just dying laughing, and we met at a stop sign, or a stop light, red light, and I rolled down my window, and he's like, dude, that was so, the guy, and it was a couple, a guy and a girl, and they're like, dude, that was so funny, I thought that was hilarious. So that was kind of interesting. But the funny part was, as I was recording, or as I was dancing and whatever, and playing my music, my sister called me. So I was like, Sarah, I need to call you back. I'm entertaining people. And she's like, yeah, no problem. Like, anytime she calls me, I'm in the middle of doing something. Like, sometimes she will call me when I'm recording a video. So hopefully you guys like this type of video. It's definitely going to be very choppy, and I feel like this video, sorry. Ooh, checking my mic. I feel like this video is my confidence booster to make more videos. I made a ton of videos, and I want to try to improve my content. So this was something a little bit different. Maybe it was not a good idea, but cheers to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I'm recording this, I hit 2,000 views, and I'm definitely growing, and I'm just loving what I'm doing right now. So I really appreciate it. Don't want to get too sappy. Can't really think of anything else to say. I got my ball hockey game tonight. I really appreciate all my friends. They're super awesome. If you guys are watching this, thanks. You're definitely awesome. So, anyways, I'm rambling. I'm going to end this. Thank you guys again. Subscribe if you like this content, and cheers with your iced tea. And we'll see you in the next video.